episode ever. The attitude.
I hate puppies. It's good podcast.
I feel threatened. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to technical problems and solving first world problems.
We've got those in spades.
That's right. That's right. And of course, helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this week. Troy, I'm going to give you a hint. It's a beer we've probably all had, but it's very difficult to find. That's a hint.
Interesting. Very interesting.
What a hint. I'm pretty excited about it.
I thought we'd already done all the beer we already had, but maybe not.
No, we've done a lot of beers.
I say that. We did all like the domestics and like your average run of the mills, but we haven't done all the, because there are a lot of boy beers that like we probably skipped. Like, did we do Boston Lager?
Yes, because when they came out with the new Boston Lager,
that's right,
we had to try it. But
there's 37 offshoots of those we haven't done.
Oh, yeah. And you know what else I was thinking about the other day is like all of the basic bitch imports that like everyone's had. Like I know we've done we've done Molson Canadian, but like have we done Labatt?
Have we done Heineken?
I don't know. Like there's we should probably go through and do like an actual look through, like an audit and find all the basic bitch beers. Like, what about Sapporo and Kirin? Like, like my personal favorite Italian beer is Moretti.
What about
Peroni?
Like Red Stripe and
I was looking at Red Stripe today and I almost bought it.
What's the other Jamaican one? Kalik. Like that's Bahama beer or something, I think.
Yeah, no one drinks that shit.
It's not bad.
It's not. It's really not.
It's actually probably really hard to find.
But we need to go back to like
maybe that's the one you got today. We'll have to wait. Ooh. That's called a tease in the industry.
Well, give it 40 minutes of this slop.
Us here in showbiz know this.
Clearly.
We're trying to educate. We're breaking the fourth wall. We're solving first world problems, and we're educating those that aren't in the artistic field like we are.
Well, we're artists.
Yeah,
artists.
We are.
I think. Something to that effect.
Were we supposed to be striking?
Like good looks? What are you talking about?
No, we're obviously striking, but like during the SAG-AFTRA thing and all that, are we scabs now?
That pains me to even think. Well, I don't carry a card. So
me either, but we are kind of adjacent to those people.
I would love for there to be a podcast strike. You know what I mean?
I mean, technically we don't write. We don't act.
I write down things.
Oh, you do. You do have a list.
So I could be an act.
Do you know anything about the Halloween thing they were complaining about? They were like, I only briefly saw it. I hate bringing it up because I don't know, but I don't have more information. But there was like something about like they didn't want like the SAG-AFTRA people wearing like trademarked Halloween costumes.
Yes, they wanted to go as like offshoots, like generic looking versions.
Generic ghost, generic vampire, generic werewolf. Yeah. It's like,
don't be Michael Myers, just be a dude in a hockey mask.
You're going to tell me that I play a superhero in a Marvel movie and I can't be that person? Like, I'm breaking out the Wolverine costume. Like, what are you talking about?
No. You're the honey badger. Yeah. Which is actually far more powerful.
Go to the like Wish and buy your costume. Just knowing you got the dope one hanging in your closet.
That'd be heartbreaking.
It'd be kind of funny though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be good. You know, the Hulk just shows up as big green guy.
Yeah, or like he's like his colors are opposite. He's wearing like purple with like green pants.
Dude, can you smell me over there?
Should I? Do you stink?
I just noticed. I just caught a whiff. Today was one of those days. I got up in the morning and I went to the gym and I came back only to find out that my boss had moved the meeting that was an hour away, an hour up.
Ooh.
And I walked in the door like at work time. Like I wasn't doing anything untowards.
Yeah.
But like I walked in only to find that said meeting was like happening. And I was like, oh, snap. and like had to like jump on screen, my hair all
sweaty.
Mussed. Like I just threw on a shirt over my shit and was like, I'm here. I was like, what's up? And like meeting with everybody. But it was like, there was no downtime, no coffee, no nothing. And then the day just kicked my ass right up until 6:30.
Oh.
So it was like, I didn't have a chance to shower.
Yeah. Do you get gross at the gym just lifting? I always found like lifting, I didn't get that gross. But like if I did, well, you do cardio too.
Only on Sundays.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, if you don't like really get a lather going.
No, I wasn't, but it's also the whole day before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then into today. And then I literally put on the same shirt I was wearing last night. Like
nice.
My afterward shirt. I was like, screw it. It's just for a little bit.
No, it smells clean in here because I can tell you've cleaned in here.
Okay, good. Because I just raised my hand up to the microphone and was like, I don't appreciate my arm being up. It's just one of those days. And unfortunately, like I think we have Adam on his way here.
Yeah.
And he definitely saw me in this outfit yesterday. So he's going to be like, what the hell? But it was just one of those days. And I just smelling myself. But do you ever get to that point where you're like, it's already 9:00. I may as well just shower in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Because I'm going to shower now, and then I'll get up and shower.
I do hate showering before bed because I know to get moving in the morning, I need a shower. And I just hate, like, wasting the water and the soap and, like, but I also do enjoy the hell out of taking a shower before I get into a bed. Like, that's a good feeling.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Because you're like, totally
especially clean sheets. Like,
win-win.
Yeah.
Which we have those today too. So I'm gonna drop some nasty up in there.
You might want to jump in the shower.
Might not.
You might not.
Might not.
You don't want to start those clean sheets off on a bad note, though.
I got a big weekend tomorrow. Like I got tomorrow off.
Me too.
So like I'm out the door.
Nice.
So
I got to meet with my financial advisor. So not so fun.
Well, it smell bad. That's the move.
Keep it short.
Yeah, he'll take pity on you.
Yeah.
You're like, wow.
He's a nice guy. He is long-winded. Oh my God.
But he was thinking about dropping you in some like Madoff type pyramid scheme.
If he did, I wouldn't know.
But he might take pity on you if you smell like shit.
True.
All right, I got a question for you. Do you subscribe to the fact or the
No, I don't like them.
The
I don't
method?
like facts.
No, there's the method.
Okay.
When you go to buy a car, do you dress up or do you dress down?
I've never thought about it. I've never dressed in any way. Like, so probably what I'm wearing today, shorts and a t-shirt or jeans and a t-shirt, that's like my uniform. That's probably what I bought every car in.
I find that if you dress up...
Do you think you get preferential treatment?
You get better treatment from the salespeople on entry. Like, the salespeople see you and they're like, perfect.
So like if you're in a suit, they're like, this guy's got money.
Yeah. I'm going to approach because then maybe I can get a quick sale out of this. So you get better service on the front.
I thought they just approached everyone that came in the door anyway, just because they're fucking barracudas.
Well, they do, but see, there's good people and there's bad salespeople.
Yes.
Right? And
good buyers and bad buyers. And
so I find that if I show up in like a suit, like if I'm in a work
But can't that bite you in the ass? Like if you, let's say.
They're not going to come down on the price.
I was going to say, like, let's say BK shows up fucking pimped out. Like you're getting ready to go to like a black tie event. And you wear like something really nice and you've just gotten a haircut and you're clean and you're looking fucking tip top. Like, and you go in there thinking, I'm not going over 30K or whatever your magic number is.
Yeah.
They're steering you towards the 40 and 50K cars because they're like, look at this pimp. So it could be like working against you, right?
But that's kind of my logic. That's why I ask. Like
So then your logic, you should go in there looking like a bum.
Correct.
So they think. Okay, so you were headed in that direction.
Yeah, I think if you show up dressed well, then the top salesperson's got you.
Yeah.
And now you've got a good salesperson, but do you want a good salesperson?
Do you? No.
You know what I mean? You already know. I think back in the day that was probably more important, but like you know everything about every car on that lot.
And if you don't, you can easily find out. I honestly don't know how the car sales industry even works anymore because at best, back in the day, you had the KBB version of like, I think my trade-in's worth 8 to 12, you know, like, and that's not even that close of a range. But like now you can even fine tune it to be like, oh, it's like 10 to 10.5. Like you could really, and you used to go in and go like, well, this car's probably around 25K. Now you can be like, well, with this, this, and this, or without this, this, and this, it should be 24,599. Like, so I just, the margins have to be so small now.
Oh, they are for sure.
Yeah.
But I think if you go in there at least disheveled, they're like, fuck, if he says he's got 10,
yeah,
maybe all he's got is 10.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go in there looking pimp, you say 10, they're like, I just can't do better.
Well, I think I told the story on
I'm
here.
using numbers that are clearly outdated because you can't get a car for 10.
Yeah. As a down payment.
There you go.
I think the thing now is when I bought my Jeep, we were going to pay cash, and it was $1,000 more to not finance through them.
Yeah.
So I had to like sit through the finance paperwork, and there was no penalty for paying it off. So I just paid it in 3 payments instead of the whatever number of payments. But it used to be cash was king. Now that's not even the case.
No. I think there's something to be said for looking a little disheveled, though.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I have. You either meet me here.
That doesn't work in like a restaurant setting.
No, but you know where I used to do that in sales. So I used to have an outside sales job. And I would have to sell phone lines. Everyone's already got a phone line.
Yeah.
They don't need you. But I was
let me show you about this new thing called a telephone.
Yeah. And it was
what? You've already got one, you say?
What? How? I haven't been here.
Been to this house.
But so, well, and I was selling to businesses.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
It was an offshoot phone service. It wasn't the main one.
Yeah.
It was smaller. It was Cavalier Telephones. It was like
I remember them.
Yeah. So it's like an offshoot, right? And then we had internet access. We had all those things. But no one wanted to talk to you, so they wouldn't. Because I'm going to save you a few bucks. Like,
yeah,
I'm a little bit cheaper.
Yeah,
but no one ever wanted to talk to you. So every day that it would get rainy and shitty outside, I would go out. All the other guys would be like, "We're going to stay in. We're going to play Xbox and drink beers." Like they would just
make some phone calls.
No, they'd leave the office because we were outside salespeople, and so they would all get together. They'd be like, "Hey, we're going over to so and so's house." Because no work can get done anyway today. So we're just going to drink beers and play video games or whatever. And I was like, nah, you guys are missing the whole point. Like, this is the time to get out there. So I'd put on shit I didn't care about, and I would walk in the rain and just get sloppy.
Wow.
Because when you walk in, they wouldn't be like, no. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, because you don't want the sales guy that's in a pimp suit.
No.
He looks shady. He looks slimy. He looks untrustworthy.
But if you're like soaking wet, like a beat dog, and you come walking in.
Well, and that kind of shows your work ethic too, right?
Yeah, I'm going to hustle for you.
Yeah.
But I walk in and I'll be like, whoo, shaking off and be like, hey, I was just wanting to talk about phone service. And they would take pity.
Yeah, they'd be like, well, at least come in here and sit down and dry out for 15 minutes.
No one else is walking around out here coming in. This is a good time. So they'd let me come in, and I'll be damned if on rainy, shitty days I didn't sell more phone service than everybody else.
That's very
I could
interesting.
make my month
on a couple bad days.
On a couple bad days.
That's crazy.
Because you just walk in, they'd be like, all right, I'll talk to you. And then sure enough, they'd be like, well, fuck, if I can save money.
Yeah.
Phone numbers stay the same. Yeah, so everything's the same. You just save money.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Like, I sold so many phone lines.
And once your foot's in the door, too, and like, it's hard to say no to somebody in person. It's also hard to say no to somebody, like, knowing you're sending them back out in the slop, where it's like,
yeah,
it's 85, dude. Hit the fucking bricks. Like,
the other trick was companies that are doing well don't need to save $10 a month.
Yeah.
I would go in the ghetto on rainy days.
Yep.
It's safer. No one's out on the streets. Yeah. No one's hanging out on the corner.
Yeah.
You know? So I would just go in the ghetto and just start walking into places. And they'd be like, yeah, you look sad and wet. Why don't you come in? And I just sell the shit out of
Well, and the smaller the company, too, they like to support small businesses and startups. And you're like, I'm not Ma Bell over here. I'm Cavalier. Like, I'm the little guy. Like, hey, we're the little guy. We're new to this area. Yep. Like, let's little guys help little guys out over here.
I intentionally shifted territories from a really good territory to one that had like tons of low income shit. And I made a killing on it. Just crushed.
That job sounds awful, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
How long did you do that for?
A few years.
You went to college for that.
I went to college and I came out selling like internet stuff.
Yeah.
And then one day I came to work and the door was locked. Like the .com bubble had happened.
Yeah.
I was like, I have a horrible car payment I gotta pay and rent. Like, what do you mean the door's locked? So I took the first job I could find.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, I'm just so lucky. My job has always been fairly interesting. Like, even when I tell people, and I don't speak about it here, but the various forms of my job I've had have always been kind of interesting to people. And I talk to my friends about what they do for a living. I'm like, man, that sounds brutal, dude. That sounds absolutely brutal. And like hoofing it around bad parts of town selling phone service sounds quite bad. Like, I don't know how you stay mentally up for that for 8 hours a day.
You got to have hype music in the car.
Yeah.
Got to keep yourself going. But then at the same time, you start to get to know the community. It's like a cop on a beat.
Yeah.
You pop in your little shop. What's up? And then you are selling phone service people, so you can like pop in there, and typically they're happy. And
well, I mean, you're a people person, so like you get in one place, they tell the next person. You're good with meeting people and greeting people.
Yeah. I honed a lot of skills doing that.
It's probably a lot like golf. You hit that one good shot, and then you're back in for the next round.
Yeah. It's sales in general is like golf. It's 100 bad shots and then one good shot, and you go, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. When do we tee up tomorrow?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you get back out there. That is the problem with sales. It's a bad drug. Sales is like bath salts, but every once in a while you get a good one.
It's It's like baseball. Like, you're going to fail more than you succeed, but you got to focus on the success, not the failure.
Yeah. 300's Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to be right most of the time.
I saw a stat today. 9 guys hit 300 this year. It's like the lowest in quite a long time. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty weak.
Well, everybody's swinging for the fences.
As well you should.
Chicks take the long ball.
That's right. Yeah, dude. So we were playing golf this week.
We did. I came out of retirement.
Yeah. You actually played all right, right?
I played. Honestly, here's I hadn't played in 8 to 10 years. I honestly don't know. The last time I played was in a charity event like we did for M4K. It was for a friend whose wife was sick at the time, and it was a fundraiser. So I was like, all right, I'll pay the exorbitant amount of money to go out on this golf course and butcher it up. But Stu set this up with Windy Hill and M4K as a fundraiser, and Windy Hill was extremely generous. And honestly, I'd never played there. It's quite a cool little course if you're not, a stuck-up snobby golfer. Like,
or into putting.
Yes, the greens were in bad shape.
The greens were like, it was like...
They're repairing them, obviously.
The greens had mange.
Yeah.
And in the bald spots was sand.
Yeah.
It was a little awkward.
It was putting was more luck than skill.
Didn't you win longest putt?
No, I won closest to the pin, actually. Of the 20 golfers, I won closest to the pin in one of the par threes. Somebody
got a longest putt.
Yeah, you know who it was? Your guy.
Who?
Blue tracksuit. Carolina blue tracksuit.
Yeah, but there's no way to know who had longest putt.
Yeah, it is. Whoever had the longest putt.
He didn't even have the longest putt on my team.
So how did he win?
I think it was just given.
He wrote his name down?
No, there was nothing to write down.
Yes. I saw his name written down on the thing and stuck in the ground. Because we sunk a long one on that hole too, but I walked it off and your guys was a couple feet longer.
I know what happened now.
Okay. Some shadiness, maybe?
Not intentionally. We thought that was the closest to the pin. And so we were like, oh, shit, we're inside of that one. We walked it off.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, he's closer. It was by 1 foot.
Yeah.
And so we moved it in 1 foot. I didn't realize that. That's exactly what happened, because he was like, man, I got the closest to the pin on that one. And we were like, hell yeah. So we wrote our name down. That makes more sense. That's how we won it. I thought they just made it up.
We were wondering because we were playing right behind you guys, my foursome, and we were like, this is weird because it's a par 3. So the goal is to get it closest to the pin. So how do you, like, it's kind of weird to try for a long putt.
This all makes a lot more sense because we were like, wow, I can't believe there's a closest to pin on this hole. We already did closest to the pin. But we were like, fuck it, we're closer.
Yeah.
Moved it.
I think there were 2.
Down.
No, it must have only been 1 closest to the pin. Yeah, that makes sense. Because when we got up there, we're like, he sank a putt from here. Holy shit, that's at like 20 feet. Like, we just assumed it was luck because obviously those greens were pretty chewed up, and you were just kind of putting like at speed and hoping it plinkoed its way towards the hole.
Makes a lot more sense because we had in our foursome that he was in, we had one putt that literally the Duke wasn't even on the green, but we were all chipping on, and he's like, I can't chip. So he clobbers a putt, and it goes up a hill, down a hill, onto the green, rolls all the way across the green, drops in the hole. We were like, holy shit. So when he won it, I was like, that can't be right. Like,
yeah.
But this all makes perfect sense now.
We had one.
We cheated.
Yeah. We had a semi-cheap.
Into money.
We had a semi-cheap moment where we were playing straight up, whatever, it was captain's choice, and Ely was like, what we should do is we should all just hit our ball, the guys that are further out, and if you make it, count it, and then if you don't, say, well, we were going to use the closest, and we'll all go from there anyway. So the very next hole, he was right off the green, and as he walked up, like, with the back of the club, smacked it, and it rolled in. I was like, pick it up, we're counting it. That's it. That was the one we were going to use.
If it's the first one, that's it. That's all good.
Even though we were all walking to the closer ball.
Doesn't matter.
We're like, that's the one stroke.
Yeah, see, there's always a little bit of gray area in a captain's choice.
Well, and we got both our teams got our asses kicked.
I'm blown away that we thought it was the closest to the pin. That makes so much more sense. Because that other one was so far. Yeah. I was like, that's not a very good closest to the pin either. And I was like, you should walk it off. You might actually be closer than that turd. And sure enough, okay, longest putt.
That's hilarious.
We gypped someone out of a gift card.
But I stole it back because when we got to the actual closest to the pinhole, I threw one up sky high and it dropped in. And I walked up and I saw the marker and I saw it was your team. It was the White Knight. And I was like, I looked at mine and I put a tee in it. And I was like, before I even putt, it's close to the pin, you didn't have to putt. I was like, let me walk it off. And I was literally a half of one of my feet in from the White Knight. So I was like, got him.
There you go.
And then there was a team of 5 behind us. I was like, one of those guys is going to beat me out. So it didn't even really matter. But sure shit, it worked. Mine stayed.
We will never talk about this. I just assumed they just gave it to him because there was no way to know.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I even told that story last night. I was like, nah, that's like, it was just kind of.
So when they said closest to the pin and he just stood up and waved and took his award, he didn't know like
longest
what it was for?
putt.
Yeah, longest putt, I mean.
Yeah, he was like, this is crazy. And we were all like, I guess they just gave it to someone.
Yeah. Oops. That's hilarious.
Okay.
I wonder who he stole it from. It was a guy. You know who he stole it from? It was a guy on the winning team. His name was on like every one of those things. I was like, this motherfucker's cheating.
Not anymore because we were cheating. We were better at cheating.
We see you're cheating.
And we raise you
more cheating.
Oh, this is closer. We're not even putting from here, bitch.
Yeah.
Actually, we did putt from there. Guess what? No one made it. Oops. Okay.
Well, we thought y'all were like fucking with us anyway because like y'all would start cheering. We're like, they're just up there fucking with us.
No, that's because the Duke was crushing just ridiculous putts from all over. So technically, our team should have probably gotten the longest putt.
Y'all should have won an award because 3 of the 4 of you guys were in tracksuits. Y'all had the best look.
Which was dope wearing a tracksuit, which actually made a ton of sense on the course to be rocking tracksuits. But then we came back here and the Duke and I got twisted. absolutely twisted. And our wives were like, we're going out to dinner. And I was like, well, we could eat. And they were kind of like, well, we didn't ask you. And we were like, well, we can't drive and we need to eat. So we just got in the car with them. So now these two ladies had to take two guys in Adidas tracksuits.
Oh, no.
He's got a Kangol hat on. I've got a white bucket hat on.
His Kangol hat that was made of a washcloth, it looked like.
It was hilarious.
Weird texture.
But so we go out to dinner and we choose this like redneck restaurant. And what happens? Two dudes walk in Adidas tracksuits, hammered. And we go sitting down and like the women are like, why did we bring that? Because we're being so loud.
Can you say what restaurant it was?
It's a place called Four Seasons. It's out. It used to be a restaurant from the country, and then they moved it in a little bit closer, but all the people from the country still come in. So everybody
sounds fancy.
It's not.
Okay.
And everybody in there is in like Carhartt.
Like Powhatan peoples?
Yeah, it is Powhatan people. It's country people. Except for the two guys in tracksuits. And we're just pimping through there hammered.
Loud, obnoxious,
bringing attention to ourselves. And the women are embarrassed, and we're having a blast.
Yeah.
And we think we're holding it together.
Yeah, I mean, you think you're hilarious.
Oh, well, I know we weren't because the women kept saying, you guys aren't hilarious. But we were definitely rocking our tracksuits.
I know you two got stuck with the bill, though.
Well, who wouldn't? Come on. We're drug dealers.
We're the pimp/drug dealers of the group.
We're the Russian mafia.
Yeah.
So we're in there rocking it. And then we end up going to a bar. And after that, and we walk in, everyone's looking at us again. And then I'm like making friends with people. And of course, I meet some dude who's eating by himself, some drunk, and he turns out to be friends with Stu somehow.
Oh, nice.
So he's like taking pictures with us and everything. But like, as we're walking out, there's like some people that are like, man, love that tracksuit. And there's other people who are like, who are these assholes? But we made total asses out of ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little wild. And I knew it was way over because we got home and my wife was like, I'm going to bed. And I was like, yeah, me too. And the Duke's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And staggered out. Like I was in bed mad early.
That's awesome. Hey, but back to Windy Hill, like, yeah, they're working on things, but they're working to make it better. And like, they got a dope tent set up and like had food and stuff for us. Like, they took great care of us. It was like really impressive.
I actually am looking forward to playing that course again. Because I just felt the whole thing was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, I like a basic par 3 course, but their
lake course was nice.
It was actually pretty good. If you take the greens, say you put good greens on there.
Once they get the greens repaired, it'll be fine.
But it's also going into winter. This is the time to do it.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's definitely a sweet course. I'll be going back.
Well, and you know, we didn't pay a premium.
Well, that's the second time I've played that course, and I can tell you, I like it. I liked it more now than whenever the old ownership had it, despite the greens.
Yeah.
They're one thing away from fixing it, but now they got a bar in there. They got a much better scene.
They got the tent with the fire pit and stuff. Like, that was awesome. I hated to have to leave as early as I did.
Yeah, I don't think I minded leaving. I was ready to party.
I was going to ask how long y'all stayed after I left, but you might not even remember.
I don't remember you leaving. So I guess
I left right after the awards.
Probably 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
15, 20 minutes. We had to get back here to embarrass our wives.
Yeah, well, duh.
We had stuff to do. But yeah, I mean, I was back here by like 5:30, and it felt like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
One of those days.
It was a good time.
I enjoyed it. I thought all in all.
Raised a couple grand for the kids.
Yeah, all in all, it was good. So I liked it, and I do an apology to the listeners for last week.
What happened?
We alluded to the tech bullshit.
The tech bullshit?
Not Virginia Tech, technical.
Oh yeah.
I uploaded a full episode.
Yeah, that was wild. That's never happened.
I caught a good bit of commotion for that.
Yeah.
I uploaded an hour and 50-minute episode and 50 minutes went up. The file was correct. Everything was good. I was like, what the hell is going on? It took me like an hour the next day of re-uploading, changing things, going over and over before it.
Were you getting hit up? Because I was getting hit up immediately.
My phone started blowing up.
Yeah.
Like right away. It's surprised how many people have my number. That was a little eye-opening.
I don't know you. How'd you find my number?
On a positive note, there were at least like 3 people that hit me up where I was able to be like, oh, sweet. I could like piece together. I was like, I know who that is. And like now they're in my phone.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Nice.
I had switched phones in the last few months.
Yeah.
Like,
So you didn't have some of the numbers that were popping up.
no, I probably had like 3 of the numbers that hit me up, but like the other 3, I was like, I don't know who this is.
And then nowadays, it used to be a real like pet peeve of mine, but now it's kind of the norm where you just pick up, you're like, hey man, what's up?
Yeah.
Like back in landline days, it's like you had your group of friends and family that like you were on that level. Then everybody else, you'd be like, I would be like mad. I'd be like, I don't know you like that. You have to tell me who I'm talking to.
I still do that. I'm like, hey, it's Brendan.
Yeah.
I still do. It's just habit. But yeah, I don't know what happened. We got
I have some work people that do that. They like answer their phone with their title and name, and I'm like, yes, I'm your supervisor, and I have your phone number. Like,
that's very true. I guess,
and you see, it's me calling.
yeah, we talk every day.
Yeah,
you know exactly who it is. Be like, who?
I'm like,
Troy.
Like, I go, hey man, you know how to do that? Oh, it's just kind of my thing, kind of my habit. I'm like, but you see, it's me. Like,
maybe
we could just
maybe I know it's you.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's someone else on your phone.
Hey, people can spoof numbers. Learned that the hard way. I got a story that one day I am looking forward to telling, but I need to go through.
Yeah, it is pretty wild how they can do. They have all those apps and stuff where you can like. Used to be like the spam numbers would come from wherever they're calling. Now they'll come from local numbers.
Yeah, they all look like they're coming from next door, from within the house. It's ridiculous.
Bullshit.
Yeah, what can you do? So yeah, it was a little tech bullshit, but I think we got it sorted in the end.
You did. You had to put it out twice.
Yeah, now it says extended.
Listen to the extended cut.
Which actually, I like listened to the first half and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in the back half. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the second half. Anytime we have those long episodes, if it goes long, there's a reason.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not paying attention. Like,
yep.
Look down.
We're talking about something interesting.
Yeah.
So tonight will be short.
Tonight's an hour and 15. Say the least. What can you do? I also got, so I did something this weekend that you got a garage fridge?
I don't have a garage.
That's true. You got a secondary fridge?
I got the like clear front beer fridge that's downstairs in our playroom. That's now a soda fridge.
Yeah.
But the little, it's slightly bigger. Well, it's a lot bigger than a dorm fridge, but it's not as big as your kegerator. But I mean, that bitch will hold like 150 fucking cans, like.
Ooh, I like that.
It's crucial to have.
Yeah. Well, I lost a garage fridge. Like.
You misplaced it?
Just refrigerator running?
Actually, I've seen your garage. You could lose a fridge in there.
You lose literally anything in there. It's horrible.
Yeah, that thing died a while ago, huh?
Yeah, and I guess it's like when it died, that thing was packed.
Oh,
with beer, like so many beers.
How long has it been dead?
Probably 2 months at least.
So a minute.
Yeah. But when it died, I was like, well, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like I'll just leave the beer in there and the beer will be fine. And I'll just, whenever we get a new fridge, I'll move it on over.
Yeah.
So I didn't look at it for months. I opened that bitch up. Holy shit. The mildew and mold that had grown kind of down the doors of it, all along the sides. I mean, this thing was brutal. Like really bad. But the beers that were in there.
Yeah.
Like when I finally opened it, the treasure trove of dope ass beers that I found were amazing. Sorry.
Nothing's on tap.
I see the beers are down there.
Beer, you gotta get beers out of here.
There's a gigantic case of Miller Lite and a 6-pack of something special.
Yep.
Premium. Don't bury the lead.
So, like, my cheap ass would normally be like, save the beers. Who gives a shit if they got hot? But knowing now that they got, like, moldy and gross.
Dude, there was, like, film, like white film all around the bottles, like up near the caps and everything. And the caps were turning colors. It was rough. It was rough.
That fridge came with the house.
When we first moved in, we got it from my wife's parents.
Oh, I thought it came with the house.
No, we scored it from them. But, when I started looking through at some of the beers that I had lost.
Some good beer?
Amazing beers. Because I had actually gone through a big purge about a year ago where I was like, these are all beers that I don't want. So I got rid of all of those, and I just had the beers I wanted to keep.
So you had, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, cultivated, like a premium stash of beer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I had it all set up where if people came over, I'd be like, you need a pale ale? And like, boom, I had a whole section of pale ales. Then I had like, all the different Hefeweizens, then the imports, then the seltzers, and then the whole door was every kind of mixer you could imagine. It was amazing. And I'm talking everything from the old fat tires.
Did you have stuff in the freezer too?
Yeah. Well, I threw out all of the food that was in the freezer, but what I left were a bunch of those gel packs.
Yeah.
Because I figured, just freeze
wipe
them when
them
I
off.
want them. But I guess as they heated up over time, they all busted and all the goo fell down in there. And then that goo takes on a whole life of its own.
Science experiment.
Like ectoplasm, like Ghostbusters.
Slimer was here.
It was bad. It had all negative energy.
Did you get rid of the fridge?
Yeah.
Well, how'd you do that?
Well, so here was the worst part was dumping the beer.
Adam's here, by the way.
Yeah, welcome, Adam.
Hello.
How are you? So you can move that mic up near your head. He's got it like way down low. He's doing his own thing. There it is. See?
That's much better.
Yeah. That helps. But so my wife got a bead on a fridge not too far from here. So it's like, all right, go pick up that fridge.
For free? Like a free one?
No, but tens of dollars.
Nice.
Someone was just like, I don't want to deal with the free fuckers from Facebook
free's
Marketplace.
Worse. My father-in-law had one of those fridges years ago, and he couldn't give it away, and he ended up putting like $100, and it was like gone.
Yeah. And if it's free, then everybody shows up on your Facebook feed. It's like, I'm interested, but no one shows up.
Well, and then the ones that don't are like, it probably didn't work right.
Yeah, they assume it's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They assume 100 beers have spoiled inside of it, and it's full of mold and mildew.
Correct.
Dude, it was so fucking
Yeah.
When I opened the door, this weird, musty mildew smell, just like mold smell, just enveloped the garage. It was the only thing that could actually defeat the reeking of gas
from all the mowers and
from
shit.
the riding mower that gave up the ghost in the front yard a few weeks ago, and I had to like push back into it, only to find out that it's pissing gas out of the carb into the air filters and like going everywhere. So the whole house is reeked of gas. My wife keeps bitching.
Yeah.
I'm like, baby,
more than usual.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. She always just finds the thing.
Yeah.
No, it didn't elevate it.
Yeah, okay.
It's just a standard amount of bitching, just a new topic.
Okay.
Which is nice.
Give her something different to be upset
Your
about.
standard wife bitch level.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Just a new topic. Which, let's be honest, spices the variety.
Spices it up a little, yeah.
You need that.
Yeah.
You need new. If you're always bitching about the
Keeps you
same
on your
thing,
toes.
it loses its panache.
Yeah.
So no, this was good. I was very happy that she had something new to bitch about.
Oh, I can't smell it at all. Thanks for pointing it out, dear.
Yeah.
And great. The mower that costs thousands of dollars isn't working correctly, just like I planned it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to deal with too.
And I needed you to bitch before I would feel upset that the mower had given up the ghost, especially during mulching of leaves season.
Yeah. And you being upset really helps repair it in a quick and cheap manner.
Actually, she bitched so much that the carburetor fixed itself.
Wow.
Carburetor felt bad for me and fixed itself.
So your plan worked.
Every time. It was brilliant. So I was very pleased
Just
with
like
the
you
outcome.
drew it up on the sidelines.
Yeah. It was like, if I get this thing to reek of gas,
Yep.
pull it in there. Only to then replace that bitching a week later when I opened the door to the, oh my gosh, my allergies are going to kill me because you've released these spores into the earth.
I got the black lung pop.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
That was basically where we netted out.
Yeah.
So have you come up with your plan for this week on what you're going to have her be upset about this week?
I'm working on it.
You don't want to spoil it.
That's right.
No. Don't worry. I'll know when she knows. I'll go, there it is.
There it is.
I found it.
All is right in the world.
That's right.
I got a funny feeling.
Water finds its level.
Got a funny feeling it's going to involve dog shit and my shoes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
As the man who's always wearing Vans, it leaves the telltale waffle
Yeah.
dookie prints around the house, which always makes it very difficult to
This
deny.
time of year is great for dog shit in yards.
Oh, yeah, hiding under the leaves.
Yeah.
You go out there. Now I'm push mowing as I
Yeah.
mulch. The odds are very good.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in, and it's very
I think
hard.
you've called your shot.
I think I got a shot at this. I agree.
Why are you pointing to the fence? Oh, I see what you're doing. You're calling your shot.
I'm going to call my shot. It will be size 12 waffle print dog shit, which is impossible to blame on the kids.
You're like,
Pretty tough.
thanks, honey. Fucking CSI over here. How'd you piece that one together?
It is good having sons, though, because now their feet are getting close to our size.
Yeah.
We're going to be like, oh, it wasn't me this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, the world I live in.
Barbie world.
Yeah, there's a 66% chance that it was not me, or 33% chance it's definitely me.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to.
Pass that one off.
Yeah, who was wearing my shoes
Yeah.
around the house after they stepped in dog shit?
Definitely the 7th grader.
Yeah, girls, everybody downstairs, family meeting. I told you not to wear my shoes
Yep.
around. But there's dog shit everywhere, Dad. That's the least I could do. I didn't want to ruin my shoes.
Yeah.
You spent good money on those.
Yeah.
You're forgiven.
Yes.
You go to your room. But so I did. I opened the door. The stink came out. It did cover. It was great. It was that pungent.
Nice.
Amazing. But then I had the joy of on a Saturday morning,
So you physically poured them all out.
poured every beer out, because if you fill a trash can with all those full beers,
Yeah.
you can't
lot
move
of
the
weight.
trash can.
Yeah.
And I've learned that over the years.
Shit'll be busting and breaking and it'll be leaking out of it.
But when you're dumping bad beers, it doesn't matter. But when you're cracking Guinness and you're hearing the nitrogen,
Yeah.
and you're like, great.
Where'd you pour it?
So all the beers were away from the house,
Yeah.
but all of the sodas were by the house to actually create like a more pleasant aroma.
Yeah.
To hide the stink of the beer, because there was 50 gallons of
yeah.
beer and 5 gallons of like juices and sodas.
Yeah.
It worked.
Nice.
And it's the time of year where there's not enough bugs, so they weren't like all
Yeah, you
over it.
didn't have like an ant
Well,
infestation.
that would have been a mess during the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were fucked. But I was like, I think we're in the right weather. No bugs. Dumped all the stuff over there, and you could only smell the beer if you walked over to that side of the yard. It worked.
Nice.
They were like, no
Still
smell.
cut deep throwing that much beer out.
For sure.
It fucking killed me.
It's like taking back a keg that's not completely empty.
I mean, that's like the walk of shame for
Yeah.
dudes. In fact, that is because we don't walk out of the sorority house upset in the
No.
morning like, I've got to hide my face.
When-
We're like, hello.
You come out with like your shirt pocket ripped and like your hair all out of fucking sorts and one shoe, and you're just catching high fives the whole way. You're like,
right.
Yeah.
it was a good night.
That literally is the male walk of shame.
Yeah.
Like, can someone help me with this keg?
Yeah.
I can't lift it from my car.
As opposed to
bitch.
coming out of the sorority house and getting back and your roommates are there and you're just walking in the door. Where'd you stay last night?
Yeah.
You'll never believe this story, guys.
No sorority girl ever walks in the house and says, smell my finger. You know what I mean? We walk up and just start rolling it under their noses. Like, got you, bitch. Like, there is no walk of shame except the keg.
Oh, yeah.
The keg is the walk of
sure.
That's the male equivalent of the walk of shame.
Because that hurts like pride, because it's basically you're saying my party wasn't as epic as it should have been.
My party sucked.
And like every dollar at that point in your life like hurts.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, I'm giving you back $32. This is ridiculous.
This is brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a bad party before, and I will empty that keg before I take
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Like in the cloak of darkness, dump that shit out.
right.
Act cool.
Oh,
Like,
we we would have parties. Like, I'd have house parties, not even fraternity parties. Like, when I was just had roommates, and it's like, buy more ice, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We're sucking one thing again tomorrow night and the night after until it's done.
We're going to wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to need 10 a.m. beers.
Right.
Exactly.
Got to start early.
Yeah, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
You get it. But yeah, highly disappointing to go ahead and dump out all of that beer.
So how's the new fridge?
Well, so the next thing that really fucking emasculated me was, how do you get a fridge into a lifted truck?
Yeah.
By yourself? So like, I was able to move the fridge out, and then I get it to the truck, and like, I'm leaning it and trying to get under it and hoist it. My wife's like, you're going to kill yourself. But I'm over here like, you will not see me fail at this.
Well, and like, no offense to your wife, but like, stay the hell out of the way, because you would die under this thing.
Yeah, this
like,
isn't.
You're not going to help the cause. Like, your wife's not a power lifter. Like, she tries to help you. She's going to get in your way. You're probably going to drop it, and then she's going to die.
But you also don't want to see you fail at a feat of strength. I would
have used my brain. I would have engineered something.
Well, ultimately, that is what separated me from monkeys. But a monkey would have gotten it in with their brute fucking strength.
Yeah.
I did not have such things. I was giving it everything I had, man.
That's how you do. That's how you like have a freak injury.
Yep, for sure.
Oh, there was one point where I was under it, and I had gotten it almost all the way up, but I couldn't get this the last bit, because now that I'm under it, now you have to kind of hoist it, and like I can feel the back going, I can feel the shoulders going. I was just like, I'm putting it back down. And finally, it had taken so long. She was like, we said we were going to pick it up between these hours, and I was like, all right, let's go over there and load that fridge in and figure it out.
It's work backwards.
So we go over to dude's house, and I'll be damned if it's in his garage, but there's a deck coming off of it. So I'm like, yo, dude, can I just like back my truck up to your deck? That's when I figured out that elevation makes a huge difference. And a dude.
Yeah.
Two dudes helps quite a bit. But so we were able just to push it over and shove it into the truck, drive it back, and then so
do you like have the top off the truck and you just like kept it vertical the whole way, or did you lay it back?
No, I laid it down, got it in there, and then let it rest. I know there's rules. Once you put it back up, you gotta let it rest for a certain amount of time. I don't understand the logic, but I've always been told that.
Yeah,
so I was like, baby, we gotta let it rest for a couple hours.
You didn't lay it on its back though, because you would damage all the coils and stuff.
No, I definitely laid it on its back.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that, because that's where all like the exposed coils are.
Well, there was a metal plate all across the back. I felt fairly confident I was doing the right thing. But learning that, like, the bed of the truck rolls up to here, this makes it super easy to just kind of lean it over and roll it in. So when I came back here, I was like, this is brilliant. I've got a big steep incline at the beginning of my driveway. Back the truck up to the driveway. Don't come in the driveway. Drop the tailgate. Now it's a foot off the damn ground.
Yep.
I was like, this is brilliant.
Where I grew up in the country, like, we didn't have on-street parking. Like, it was, the yard went to the street, but at the front of every yard was a big culvert, not like concrete, just the yard sloped down and it was grass, and every redneck that lived where I lived, like, you backed into the ditch to load and unload your four-wheeler, your motorcycle. Like, because even if you needed a ramp, a 2x6 ramp, like, the incline was less, like,
a 1 foot ramp is a lot better than a 4 foot ramp.
Yeah.
And I figured that out. So once I figured that out, then I looked like a hero. I was like, baby, come down here and watch this.
Yeah.
Like, watch me man up on stuff. So then I was able to load it up. No issues.
Did you take it to the dump?
Oh, yeah. I love taking appliances.
I love going to the dump, but our dump rakes you over the coals. It's so frustrating.
It was $15 for me to do the right thing.
Yeah, but where I grew up in the country, the dump was part of your county taxes, and you just took your trash to the dump, and there'd be the section where you could pick up the free shit that wasn't worth throwing into the landfill. And like, it was fun because we didn't even have like garbage services. You just made dump runs.
Dump runs are great.
Yeah,
but
you
gotta have a truck.
We don't have a good dump that's close to us, and to drop leaves off, it's $10 or something stupid.
Yeah, but there's a certain high I get from when you're dropping off appliances and you get to go around and there's the TV section and it's all the giant tube TVs that no one can get rid of or sell. It's like going to Circuit City in the 90s.
Yeah.
I go back there and I'll be like, look at that 27-inch TV. Be like, is that a fucking Sony Trinitron?
That's what the old man room was. 5 TVs stacked on top of each other like a fucking dangerous game of Jenga.
Yeah, my wife was complaining the other day that I still have a 42-inch DLP.
Yeah.
Like the projector one, but it was only like 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Which by those old TV standards was
Light.
like amazing.
Lightweight. Yeah.
And so I still have it in the garage set up on top. She was like, why do we get rid of that? I was like, it's out of the way.
Yeah.
She's like, when was the last time you turned it on? I'm like, irrelevant.
Yep.
Because like 2 months before I retired it, I changed the bulb.
Yeah. That you spent a lot of money on.
Yeah. And then I did it myself, so there's like a source of pride.
Yeah.
It's like, I changed my own bulb. Which actually is just you pull a cartridge and you stick it in. But I stayed out in the garage for like an hour and drank beer and then came in like, woo, I did it. You ever pull that one?
Add TV repairman to my title.
You ever do that? Like you do something and it happens much faster, so you just hang out?
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's like taking a deuce as a man. You just kind of like hang out longer than you have to because you finally have some peace and quiet.
Yeah, you're like, well, I'll straighten up my toolbox while I'm out here.
Yeah.
Like I'll
do some other stuff.
Yeah.
I just remember changing that bulb and like just cracking
It's just so rare that something goes accordingly.
Yeah, because usually you start a project and you're like, oh, wait, I need this. You're going to the store and then you're like, oh, I need this tool. And just like everything goes wrong.
Yeah, it's like I want to do project X. And it's like, all right, let me go buy what I need. That's going to take some time. And then like you get into project X, you're like, well, shit, now I've opened up project Y and Z, back to Home Depot, back to Lowe's. Like nothing hardly ever goes. Like one out of 15 projects I do, like go like
I'm the same.
Bang, bang.
I don't hate the first run to Home Depot or Lowe's to get the stuff that I needed.
Yep.
But the second one,
it's brutal.
It's annoying.
It's like returning a keg that's half full. It's just...
It hurts.
It does, especially when they see you again. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, you still here? Oh, no. No. I went home and found out that you need paintbrushes to paint.
Yeah.
Don't know why that didn't occur to me. So I'm back.
Yeah. I mean, I got 4 stir sticks, a roller pan, 5 gallons of paint, but...
Forgot the brushes.
Yeah.
So here I am. You never figured that shit out till everything's set up. You're like, cool.
My buddy Billy gave me a cheat code in life. Got a new windshield on my work vehicle. The Easy Pass fell off, when they restuck it back up there. So I was like dreading going to the DMV to get the little replacement Velcro, that hard plastic Velcro.
That's where you got to go?
No.
Yeah, I've always gotten. They give them out. They give them to you at DMV.
Do you have to wait in line? Do you have to take the number?
You just go to like Walmart and Target and get.
They sell that stuff at Home Depot and Lowe's. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But it's like a hard plastic. It's not like your typical Velcro.
For sure.
And it comes like pre-cut from DMV. So, but I bought a pack of it for like $5 and cut off 2 little slivers, and I was like, this was totally worth it.
Yep.
Absolutely. I don't
know why I never thought to even look at a place like a Walmart or a Home Depot, but I just was like, it has to do with the Easy Pass. It's part of the Easy Pass thing. And they'll give them to you, but again, you got to wait in line. DMV's got to be open, whatever the case may be.
I keep a roll of the 2-sided Velcro tape.
Yeah.
That like you can stick to whatever and make shit Velcro, because oftentimes I need something to like hold, but I don't need super strength for it. Especially like, that's a cheat code for Halloween costumes. Yeah. Like, all right. Yeah. Now I'm a sergeant.
Yeah.
It's like super easy to do stuff with that. So I love that crap. Is it deli time? Oh, man.
Man, I got here just in time.
Yes.
Yeah, you did, because we need a third mic for a deli.
It's the only, and this deli is very special, near and dear to my heart. Been around forever, but much harder to find these days than it used to be.
Oh, I know why it's near and dear to your heart. It says Irish on it.
Yep.
Oh, no.
You know what this looks like?
That wild horse
the
thing
horse
we had? The red horse?
Red horse.
Yeah.
I think that was a knockoff of this?
I guarantee. Yeah, this is good old Killian's Irish Red, which, unfortunately, for whatever reason, has become very difficult to get your hands on. It used to be everywhere. and now it's like just missing. And then today, lo and behold, I saw it in the store.
This was one of the first, like, small batch beers that you could buy at almost anywhere.
I'm going to take a fully. You don't want you
that one's mine.
Give away all that. Crazy talk. He's not going to drink all that.
No. Well, he can pour it in mine later.
Okay, here we go. This should be some science shit right here.
Inside the science house.
But yes, officially George Killian's Irish Red, a beer that used to be everywhere and now is difficult to find. And I remember liking it, but that was before craft beer was a thing.
Like, how long do you think it's been since you drank one of these?
A long time.
I remember liking it, but I think it was a novelty. Like, it wasn't like...
There were so few things like this back then, right?
Everything was Bud, Budweiser, Coors, and then the light version.
This had to be like the late 90s, right? When this was out.
Wait, it smells super malty, doesn't it?
Doesn't look very red with the light in it.
No.
Looks quite golden.
It's kind of like red from Shawshank.
He was supposed to be an Irish guy?
For real?
Yeah.
That movie would not have worked without Morgan Freeman.
Well, they figured out, like, once they were going to do the narration part, they were like, well, we got to have Morgan Freeman. Like,
yeah.
Makes a big difference.
Honestly, that's my favorite movie, which I know is hack to say. But
it's pretty good. Like, I wouldn't put it as my favorite, but like,
a good one.
I'll never get tired of watching it.
Oh no, man-on-man sex. You don't get enough of that.
The Sisters?
Yeah.
You're a big fan of the Sisters? I can see that.
Big fan. I don't like what happened to those guys.
It's been a long time since I've seen this. I don't even remember that part.
What?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen the movie. It was a good movie, but it wasn't one of my favorites.
Andy Dufresne would get his ass whooped and
raped.
Really? I don't remember that part.
Oh.
Yeah.
I take it back.
There was no consent. I don't think Andy was happy to see them beat the shit out of him before the rape.
I thought that's what he was
I don't think
into.
he consented to either of those things.
This changes my whole opinion.
Maybe
of the
your
movie.
point of view.
This movie might be disturbing as fuck. I may be
So
out.
how do you feel about Deliverance then?
Great documentary.
Well, I mean, what's better than being out in the woods and you find someone to cuddle up with on a cold night? I don't know.
Yeah.
Did I misinterpret that movie too? No, this is getting super awkward. Let's
get back to
move forward. I feel
Irish Red.
I'm going to wrestle with all kinds of things tonight as I try to sleep. Boy, that is brutal. I wonder if I'll still get hard to banjos.
I think that's set in stone.
Yeah, you think that one's just too deep?
Yeah.
You hear that tune and it just gets you revved up.
This says brewed in the Irish tradition, established 1864. Product of USA.
Oh, I could have told you
So it
that.
says on their product of USA.
Yeah.
Well, it says, when it says brewed in Irish tradition, it's not. That's not what they say when they make things in Ireland.
No,
Trying to find the ABV on here.
That's like Yeti, like designed in America. Cool.
5.2 ABV. George Killian's Irish Red. I probably would have never guessed it was George Killian's.
Really? You just thought it was Killian?
It's that's what everybody calls it. I'm not like the weirdo here. Killian's Irish Red.
Yeah.
Oh God, I wonder if I didn't look up. Remember, I was looking for Killian's to make sure if we hadn't done it. We haven't done it.
There's no way we've done it.
I agree. Yeah, this is. I don't know what I think about this beer though. Like I'm very conflicted. My first taste was malty, but then had like that tastes like a nickel.
Yeah.
And that weird like metallic taste.
Like electrical.
Yeah, but I don't taste that anymore.
No.
Yeah, it went away.
But that first sip was kind of jarring. I was like, oh, I don't like this at all. But like my second sip, I was like, all right, there we go. That's Killian's.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't dislike it.
Not a lot going on.
But do I like it? No, it's actually pretty
It's just kind of bland.
Pretty
right?
bland.
Yeah.
Blander than I remembered it.
You think that's the American in it?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
We watered it down.
Fucking milk toast.
yeah.
Milk toast?
That just means bland.
Oh.
Don't ask me why it means that or where it came from. I've heard it before. I don't think I'm making that up.
No, it's definitely a term. But now that you say it, I'm like, have I ever even had milk toast? Like I've had milk and cookies,
For sure.
but I've never thought to myself, milk and toast.
No, those two would never think.
Talk
in my
about
head,
ruining
those
some
are what I want.
toast.
Yeah.
I need to order that next time at breakfast.
Who wants wet bread?
Yeah, next time we go, I'm going to add.
I think it's because it's white as shit.
Oh, that makes sense. It's a basic bitch thing.
And maybe it has something to do with what everybody buys when they go to the fucking store when it's about to snow, when you're told it's about to snow.
My daughter got
Milk
called
sandwiches.
My daughter got called a basic bitch the other day because she was like excited about pumpkin spice, and she
All of those things check out.
yeah, but like my wife always is like, she's like, yeah, like I like the basic bitch stuff. So
Yeah.
if I'm a basic bitch, so be it. But my daughter said she was talking to someone and said she liked Taylor Swift and like pumpkin spice, and the girls started making fun of her. They were like, you're just a basic bitch. And she said she thought about it for a second. She was like, yeah, you're damn right. There's a reason. And
Yeah.
I was glad she thought of it.
Like,
she goes,
own up to it.
there's a reason that shit's popular.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. She's like, so if I'm drinking pumpkin spice and listening to Taylor Swift, cool.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, I think she learned a very important lesson that you can diffuse all that stuff by admitting it. Just own it, and bullies have to kind of shut the hell up.
Older one.
Yeah.
So your wife kind of is and dresses like, and your oldest one is kind of a mini me of that. So
Yeah.
kind of like they wear the tights and the Uggs and the fluffy jackets and shit. So it is
But
like,
I think she learned from my wife, who
Yeah.
always owns that stuff. Like we were at the Ocean's Calling Festival. And we went to this like basic dive bar on the water, but like by all the boats and everything. And I don't mean the good boats. I mean like the working boats.
yeah,
And like everyone in there was basic, and my wife like had opinions and didn't like this and didn't like that and wanted this. And the guy was like, all right, high maintenance city girl. And she was, and my wife just looked at him and was like, all right, so you get it.
yeah.
Perfect. So this is not good enough.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
And
picking
then
up when I'm putting down.
the rest of the time he'd be like, all right, city girl, what do you need?
Yeah.
She'd be like, I need this and this. And like, she owned it. And
Yeah.
I think she's learned.
He's like, I'll go in the back and look for the fucking water with bubbles in it.
Yeah. No. But I think my daughter picked up on that and goes, oh, if you just own it, you're fine.
I didn't know teenage girls made fun of teenage girls for liking Taylor Swift. I feel like that is all encompassing at this point. I feel like we can't even as dudes watch football without fucking being bombarded with Taylor Swift at this point.
No, she's omnipresent.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like when we were in high school, there was, you think of girls back then, there was the girls that were like into the pop, and then there was girls that were grunge. So like those girls would be like, making fun of the other girls for like
Maybe
what
it's
they
my
like.
world. I just don't. I guess there are girls that like grunge. I don't know.
You're damn right there are.
I just
Yeah,
thought
for
Taylor
sure.
Swift was
Punk
loved
girls.
by everyone at this point.
No.
Anything that's loved by everyone
Has to be hated by
gets-
somebody.
eventually gets revolted upon.
Yeah.
The worst thing you can do is be the most popular person in the world, because you're gonna
That's right.
get it.
Yeah, so in the next couple of years, she could take a fucking huge hit, huh?
No, because there's going to be so many people that love her so much that that'll continue, but there'll just be always that undercurrent of people that just dread her and think she's overrated.
I don't know. It depends on how she handles it. Like Oprah made it. She got through it. Like there were detractors, but she was good enough. But then you look at Ellen.
Yeah, but you
Everyone
can't
loved her
that.
for a second, but it turned out she's a real bitch.
Yeah.
You can't burn that hot. I mean, Taylor Swift this year, she is burning white hot,
Crazy hot.
You cannot stay. You can't have that heat forever. Like, and I would think in her world, if she takes a couple steps back to Earth, that's gonna suck, right?
I mean,
gonna
think
be
of like
tough.
It's hard to
Yep.
go back. It's hard to regress. Like, imagine you doing whatever you do for a living, and you got to take a pay cut and or demotion and or start a new job. You're kind of like, well, this kind of blows.
I was thinking, think of somebody like Jordan, right? That guy burned so hot for so long. And then when it came down and he was the Wizards, and now there's the crying Jordan memes.
Oh, yeah.
And,
like,
the ceiling is the roof.
He's still the greatest.
Right.
Like, I think
now there's a question.
Yeah.
There's no fucking question.
Dude, definitely a question.
There's two questions because you got to deal with Kobe and freaking LeBron.
That's right.
And
you put Kobe and Jordan on the court today. Jordan wins.
I'll say
every time.
100% of the time.
And Jordan's older.
I'll give Kobe 20 points.
Jordan will still win. He'll still win.
I was never a big Kobe fan ever until I watched that Netflix documentary, The Redeem Team. And then I was like, all right, Kobe's pretty cool.
I was having this conversation with some buddies of mine who are like coming on the Kobe bandwagon. And my thing with Kobe is he was just a clone of Jordan. Like, that's what I see.
Yeah,
like,
I will never listen to the argument that Kobe is Jordan. I will listen to the LeBron.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
Because LeBron has done it all, but LeBron
did his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I respect that.
But LeBron at his 21st year is better than Jordan at his 21st year.
Definitely.
He's a specimen.
I don't know.
No, I'm not saying he's better than Jordan. I'm just saying he's doing something Jordan couldn't even do. I mean, when Jordan was playing on those Wizards teams, he was fucking done.
Yeah. Longevity-wise, for sure.
Yeah.
Which is even more impressive that he started so young because he put those miles on.
Because he didn't go to college. He wasn't at college for a few years the way Jordan was.
Yeah, he was playing 82 games a year,
right off
going into the playoffs. And
he was playing extra full seasons after going to the finals. So many years in a row.
Jordan's the greatest of all time.
I agree.
I'm over here looking at a football game, and everybody on the sidelines wearing Jordans.
Yeah,
fact.
For cultural phenomenon, for sure.
Yeah.
He burned white hot, and he managed to maintain at a level, not the level.
Right.
But a level.
But he's definitely lost some luster.
I just feel like I'm in the Jordan camp, but like I'll listen to the LeBron argument, but the Kobe thing I just don't get. I'm just like, he was...
We're all on the same page.
Good. I think we're on the same page.
You can literally see pictures of him playing the game of basketball with pictures of Jordan in the same pose with his tongue out, doing the same exact... Like, it's like literally... Now, did he have more of a killer mentality? Maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. He was a great player, but like I said, I was never a fan of him and thought he was just a jag. But then when he did that Redeem Team and I watched that, I was like, all right, that was pretty cool what he did.
He got
to,
those
turn
guys
that around and show how serious it needed to be. That was pretty neat.
He was also rebuilding his reputation after all the anal rape.
Who knows? That could have had.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That tends to... People frown upon that.
See, that one I knew.
You knew about that? Not Shawshank.
Shawshank threw me for a loop. Deliverance threw me a loop.
So guy and girl, bad. Guy and guy, we're good to go.
Guy and guy, at least Brenda doesn't pick up on it.
Just, every time I've had sex with a dude, that's how it's been. It's been a lot of pushback. And not the kind you're looking for.
Not the good pushback.
Not the good pushback.
Are we judging a beer?
Fucking please. Anything but where this keeps going.
I honestly don't know what to fucking rank this thing. This one's like...
I think I do. Now that I've spent time with a full beer, I think I know where it goes.
I'll go ahead and go. I haven't had this beer probably in 25 years. Overall, pretty good.
So you love it.
Yeah, it was... I just haven't even thought about getting a beer like that, but... At first, that first taste gets a little bit of that funk to it. But the more you drink it, it's fine. I think it's across the board. It's just average. I'm going to go 2.5.
So I'm actually going to blow your mind because I'm going way different. Way different.
I can see where this is going.
So this beer had that metallic taste. Then it went away. Then it found its way back.
Oh.
And then I noticed that is it too sweet? Like, is there like a sweetness to it? Like the maltiness?
I didn't pick up on any sweet.
I was getting the malty, but I wasn't catching the sweet. But I didn't drink as much as you guys.
So the metallic came back. There are some flavors there. There's some maltiness that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Some good stuff. At the end of the day, though, it doesn't have enough flavor. And the flavor it does have, there's a little too much of that metallic and like the malt's just a hair off. But it's a perfectly enjoyable beer. and I would drink it again. I think I'm a victim of nostalgia.
Yes,
For sure.
Where I held this beer at a tremendous pedestal, and I would go to a bar and order this beer for nostalgic reasons. But that's a 2.5. So way different than me.
Vastly different.
Vastly different approach than you took.
So I'm not letting either of your grades affect my grade.
Okay, good. So you're going to deviate wildly
Yes.
from where we are. Thank goodness. It would
Be your own man, Troy.
It would be awkward to have 3 2.5s in the room. Go ahead, Troy. Continue.
So when I had the same exact tasting notes when you guys did, and the more I drank it, the more to the middle it went, and it was so indifferent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, if it was bad, it might have been good because it was so fucking like. Does Coors Light have more going on in it? Does a Corona have more going on in it?
Yingling has more going on than
Yeah, like
Yingling
it was.
absolutely
Yeah,
does
for
because
sure.
it has its own flavor. And I would even be willing to say Bud Light has more going on because it has that like sweetness to it. you
Yeah.
know?
So I'm definitely going 2.5. Like it was so bland, and it definitely wasn't bad.
No.
but it was.
It is not
for
bad.
as not bad as it was. It's just as not good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a 2.5. It's a 2.5 that I'd like in a mug with a handle. Mm-hmm. Like for whatever reason, I feel like that's what it belongs in. A frosty mug. 'Cause that
Frosty mug would help.
Frosty mug, it's like it's all the generic shit you could do. Hey, I got these frosty mugs in here. You want a Killian's? All right. And it's like,
It'd look good in it.
yeah, and it looked awesome. But honestly, a frosty mug's a 2.5 in the glass.
Do you think
world.
everyone that buys that now it's a nostalgia buy?
I would think so at this point.
There's got to be some asshole that has a bar like this with like all Killian's red shit in it. Like I'm the Killian's guy. His name's probably George or Killian last name.
You know what? We'll never be able to taste test against it. But now in my mind is the superior beer. Red Dog.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I was thinking that when you first pulled out, I was like, did he get a Red Dog somewhere?
I wish we could get a Red Dog, but that was the South.
Because that's what I was thinking.
South.
Yeah.
But what was the name of it? South Plank or something Plank?
Something like
Plank
that.
Road
Plank,
Brewery.
yeah.
Plank Road Brewery.
Plank Road Brewery, which did Southpaw, the Red Dog.
Red
and then
Dog
they
and
still do
Southpaw
Ice
remind-
House.
Ice House. That's
Ice
right.
House still exists.
Oh, we're Red Dog and Southpaw different.
Yes. They did taste different, but there was
Okay.
a huge difference.
The rumor was, there's always the bullshit rumor, and this is like, I heard this when I was 18, so it's probably true.
Yeah, definitely true.
They were like, they take the vat, bro, and they freeze it. And the stuff that freezes is Southpaw Light. And the stuff that doesn't freeze is Ice House because there's more alcohol in it.
So I think you guys are a little bit younger than me, but when I was in college, that's when like Ice House, Southpaw, Red Dog had first come out.
Yeah, us too.
We drank a ton of
And
all
it was
of
cheap.
It was cheap,
It was
and
cheap.
it was so
and it made you feel
good.
like
Ice
you're getting
House got
something
you
so much better
fucking
than
wrecked.
Beast Light and
Yeah.
Natty Light.
It was fantastic.
Ice House was at high ABV. How
Yes.
high was that?
I don't think it was that
6
high.
something?
Yeah, probably like 6 maybe.
Maybe
if
5
that.
and change. But yeah, it's the greatest beer ever. It doesn't
Yeah.
freeze when they freeze the vat.
Yeah.
Then you get that Southpaw Light.
I definitely crushed some of that shit.
6.9%.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that was much higher than the other.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're drinking like 3 6s and 4 2s, like.
Well, and you can still get 40s of it.
Yeah.
And 32 ounces. They do weird 32. We should get. I wish we could get our hands on some Red Dog. Mm-hmm. Like I would love a Red Dog. Put
Had
it
a
up
red
against-
bulldog on it, right?
Yeah, it was strong.
Yeah.
In fact, I have a Red Dog banner under this bar
Yep.
that's signed from a long time ago.
Signed by
Like all
random
kinds of
people.
No, fraternity people. It was,
Oh,
it was,
nice.
it was hanging in my apartment. It was good. Killian's is not.
No.
2.5.
It's not bad.
Not good.
Not good. Sorry, George Killian.
The next thing we have to try is the new Malort single barrel bourbon then. That'll fix it.
That
Is that a thing? That's really a thing?
Ray sent that in tonight.
Yeah, apparently they have a single barrel and you can like select your barrel and get Malort bourbon. The fucked up thing about Malort bourbon, it actually gets all right rankings.
Really?
Yeah, they released it a few years ago, and the label has slowly changed after they've gotten like slightly older barrels and different things. And I got like the very first gen, and I was like, this is like totally acceptable for like putting in a mixed drink. Like it's every bit as good as Beam, which is not saying much, but I mean, Beam is good.
Yeah.
But compared to Malort, it's an upgrade.
Big time. Well, I mean, come on. Crabs is an upgrade over Malort.
It's funny because I had posted about being on the episode last week, and my brother listened to it and instantly commented, "Oh my gosh, Malort, really? That's awful stuff."
Not right. It's good. It's actually the best.
Your brother's wrong. He's a nice guy, but way off.
Yeah. We got Malort hanging on the wall if you need a shot.
You could have wiped down the inside of that fridge with it. Probably been fine.
Yep.
Or I could have cancer. The fumes would have come off of that and just ruined the world. Yeah, that could have been actually really bad.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like the Malort bourbon.
You've had it?
I have original Malort bourbon right over here.
Oh,
yeah?
Yeah, if we want a sip.
Sure.
I do not.
No.
Oh. I'll smell it, but I will not taste it.
Did we talk about M4K yet?
We mentioned
covered it.
We mentioned that I don't think we've talked about it. Now I know we were going to talk about it. We talked about the golf.
Oh, how did that? Yeah,
Golf was good. Golf was good. Did you didn't make it to the event last night?
I did make it to the event. Yeah, I got to see Brendan for a few.
Yeah, Brendan said he showed up last night.
That's right.
Wearing this outfit.
Yeah, that's right, because he said that Adam definitely saw me in this outfit last night. So
I did not notice.
No.
And
Why would
I like
you?
hanging out with dudes.
Yeah.
Got to see Joe. Hung out with Michael for a while
Nice.
last week. All super good guys. So I was talking to them for a while. It was fun.
You've had a heck of a first week.
For my first year, I'm shocked at the response. And coming into it, Troy, you had encouraged me to do it and tried to get me to join the team several years. And
yeah, you've been donating, so it's like, hey, next step, get in there.
I was thinking I might as well try it this year. Tough year. And I told Troy, I was like, if I could just raise a couple $100, I'd be happy. I love helping people. And then to be over 1,000 after like 4 days was really, really exciting. And then it's only kept on going from there. And I just can't thank everybody enough of the people that have donated.
Shout out some of your people, dude.
Yeah, I mean, my family, between my whole family, I think that was probably like $400 or $500.
That's awesome.
People at work have been donating. Some of my friends I haven't seen in like 15, 20 years. They've been
people
donating.
Love to help.
Yeah, and then
they really do, and you don't realize it, but they do. They're like, oh, I could do some good.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like even like tonight, like I had bumped my goal up. I went over 1,000, so I bumped up to 1,500. And one of somebody that we've coached with before, Troy and I, in Little League, donated $225 to get me back up to my $1,500 goal. So now I have to try to move up from there and see what I go. But to know that I'm going into the Stash Bash and getting a pin for a grander, I was like ecstatic over that. So anything on top of that,
you're gonna get a 2,500 pin,
and just excited to be part of the team.
I am not.
It's been a lot of fun. There. Yeah, 2,500 is a lot. That's a whole lot. Being a rookie this year, I think definitely helps.
You're 9 days in and you got $1,500.
Yeah, but I have exhausted all resources. I have spammed everybody.
You'd be surprised.
So yeah, but it's been fun.
It's funny though, like you got that huge one tonight, right? By a guy you've coached with, and great family, and you weren't expecting it.
Yeah, super great.
Like some of my biggest donors are people that I see the least and have done and know the least or see the least, or they're just great people. It's funny, like one of my best friends I have a ton of donations already, and thank you for all. I won't call out my buddy, but there's one $20 donation. Everything else is above 20. This is like one of my best friends in the world. Like it's just ironic, I
can't get my wife to donate $20.
Yeah.
So I'm eternally grateful for your buddy who gave you 20.
Yeah. Well, my wife won't be donating either, so I understand.
You want to get into it?
No.
Then don't bring it up. It's a little
because then questions are going to be asked.
That's right.
Exactly.
I got a question.
Your wife what? Sorry. Hey,
did you notice Adam's got a sweet
did you see
shoe
this?
on?
Oh God, no!
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
I didn't wear it last
Hold
night
on.
because there was so many. Oh, yeah.
Taste this. Taste this.
It smells good on the nose.
Taste this.
I mean, it smells like
Jepson-
It does
bourbon.
smell good.
Jepson bourbon.
I mean, it smells like cheap bourbon, but it smells like bourbon.
Yeah, but taste that. Now, this is the same company that makes Jepson's Malort, which is just shoot it. Okay.
Yeah. What else are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
I was sipping it.
Cheap bourbon. You sip cheap bourbon?
Well, I was going to go through tasting notes, but
I don't have that much of a palate.
what do you think of that?
It's not bad. It was actually really good. Usually when I drink, I'm not much of a liquor drinker. So to drink it and not want to instantly
Yak.
put it back up,
That's
not bad. Yeah. Now I feel a little warm.
But that's
a
not
perfectly acceptable
Yeah,
bourbon, right?
That's
perfectly
bourbon
acceptable.
though. That's not
Yeah.
Malort infused bourbon.
I'm just saying, it's not Jepson that's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the whole
It's the-
genre of Malort.
Yeah.
I've had high-end Malort. If you go to Chicago,
High-end Malort.
dude, there are Malort shots that cost like $20, $30. And then there's Jepson's, which is like $5. So there's ones that cost significantly more.
Oh, other people make it? I thought it was a Jepson stuff.
No, in Chicago, you can go into bars and there will actually be like, we have 4 different styles of Malort. And they will range.
Oh, I thought it was just the one brand.
Well, it is, but in Chicago, there's other. It's like
There's just
Swedish or
Jepsons everywhere.
Scandinavian.
Oh, because I had found a fake commercial for Malort a few years ago, and actually sent it to my brother tonight, and we were watching it, and they say it's like Swedish liqueur.
Yeah. So like it existed at one time, but
Oh, it still
Jepson's-
exists.
I know. But like they actually make an all right bourbon,
That's
and
not bad.
this is literally the first gen. Now they have ones that have been aged a little bit longer, and then they have the barrel strength, and now they've come out with the single barrel. Like they're making a run at actually trying to make bourbon.
That's discouraging.
I think the easiest way to get people to accept it is change the name,
Yeah.
call it something else. Jay's Bourbon.
Here's the thing with bourbon is, and I'm not drinking anymore, but we talked about, we kind of called this a while ago, and the Squeeze the Lemons guys have kind of came on board with us, and then I'm starting to see it. Like the bourbon thing's getting a little fucked out, and like rum and other liquors are coming back into like,
Yeah, rum is the hot shit. and
Yeah.
gin will be the one right behind it.
because you were getting into rum a year and a half ago.
And I'm trying. Still.
Yeah.
And I actually went and I did like a high end tasting the other day. Now, by high end, I mean, I said, let me get the middle grade because the high end tasting was very expensive.
Yeah.
But that middle grade one, I was like, oh shit. Like some of these are amazing.
Yeah.
The way you get like all these molasses flavors and all this
Yeah.
stuff. It's everything I like about bourbon, just slightly different. It's pretty damn good.
Probably better tasting overall. Promise. I mean, it's got more sugar and it's got more sweet. It's more.
Yeah, if you tend to
It's
like,
not. It's not a acquired taste. Bourbon's an acquired taste. Scotch is definitely an acquired taste. Like whiskey, these are all acquired liquors. We're like,
Seems like rum and vodka though. Like everybody can drink.
yeah. I mean, rum is just. I mean, vodka's just straight lacking any taste. But rum is like always made up of sugar, cane, molasses, like sweet stuff to your palate.
I never drank a lot of rum though. Like the only thing I really remember about drinking about rum when I was younger was like Captain Morgan.
Yeah, rum and
but
Coke.
how
rum.
acceptable
Yeah.
is Captain Morgan's?
Yeah,
So good.
Yeah, you get that in a Coke. It's great.
yeah.
Well, and strangely, Captain Morgan's is the one liquor that if you put it in a Diet Coke, all of a sudden you're like, it's like this perfect marriage of the way spiced rum plays with diet soda.
Well, and you could put it in like root beers and Dr. Peppers and stuff, and it's good
Yeah.
too.
Well, anytime I was in Vegas, that's what you ordered. You ordered a Diet and Captain. Like
Yeah.
that's what you drank the whole time you were out there. Was that? It was great.
Yeah, I don't know
drink
why.
soda at all. Like
Yeah.
no soda. But then I'll drink Captain Diet. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why I ordered diet,
yeah,
but with any other liquor, I want a Coke.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But as soon as I go with Captain Morgan's,
Captain
I'm like,
and Diet.
make it a diet.
That's right.
Because it's phenomenal. I want to shit all morning. It's great.
Yeah, next mornings are great after a lot of those.
What is that? This fucking diet sodas make me shit.
Liquor doesn't help.
I figured it was the liquor more than the Diet soda.
No, I can like if I'm backed up and I have like a Coke Zero, because aspartame, that's the one. That is the cheat code to me flushing out. It's wild.
We never let Adam tell his
what's up with your boot? Because that's not a Lucchese. That looks like a orthopedic boot.
Yeah, it is. So I'd been really working out and doing a lot of things to try to get healthy over the past few months. I've been doing a lot of running and everything. Finally got up to like 3 miles last week. Super excited. And then my son and I got invited to just a get together down in Dinwiddie. And they were like, "Hey, come play wiffle ball with us." Okay, play wiffle ball.
Oh, don't say that's a wiffle ball.
Yeah, I've got the dreaded wiffle ball injury.
That's a solid step down from pickleball.
It is. So I'm just playing, and I'm rounding third, and I see that I'm going to be thrown out at home. It's like, all right, I'm going to twist. I'm going to turn back, planted, twisted, and it felt like fire going through my calf. So for about a day and a half, I was limping around. I was like, I've got to go somewhere. So I went to ortho, and they're like, "You tore your calf muscle." That's what you did.
Shut the front door. Yeah. That's a legit injury. Yeah. So I thought you were going to say like a high ankle sprain. That's
I was worried it was my Achilles. Like I was going in there thinking they're going to say you ripped your Achilles and you're going to have to get surgery. But they said, no, it's not here. And they made me feel on, and they were like, I was like, well, how do you tell? And they said, you can feel this indention right here. And you could slide your finger and feel an indention where it like tore.
So the muscle didn't rip in half. It just
tore a little bit. Yeah.
So will it come back together?
Yeah. They said that for this, it should be 2 to 3 weeks in the boot and then come back in, see how it feels. Then maybe try some sneakers on for a little bit. But I haven't been the best about wearing the boot. Like last night, I was like, I'm going to this event with like 100 people.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw you last night. You weren't in a boot.
No, and I was like, I don't want to be that guy in a boot. And like every single person's coming up to you being like, hey,
what did you do?
What did you do? Because at work, I work in retail and I'm out on the floor and every single person is like, what did you do? What happened? So I deal with it all day long. I didn't want to deal last night. So I was like, for 2 hours, I'll be fine.
So what'd you do? Just like take small steps?
Yeah, I mean, I'm finally not limping as much without it. So that's good. I mean, it was bad. The first couple of days, I could barely walk.
Oh,
but
sounds
it's gotten better. Yeah,
hell.
it was not good. And instantly when it happened, I was like, I'm out. I went and sat down and drank a few beers and tried to just get over it. But yeah, it's getting better. 2 to 3 weeks in the boot, and hopefully I'll be back to running.
We're too old. You can't
that's what it is. Like you can't just go out and expect to do it. Yeah.
You got to like warm up.
Because I've been running and working out, but it's all straight.
Yeah.
I'm not planning and twisting.
Yeah,
and
fast.
Right. It's a huge
dynamic
difference.
Movements.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to start working on.
Your body's like, we were going in this direction.
Yeah, you're an American muscle car.
Yeah.
Fucking dope in a straight line.
Yep.
God forbid you have to go into
turns.
a turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going to lose every time to the Miata.
That's right.
Yep.
so yeah, a couple weeks. Hopefully I'll be back to normal and be good to go.
I'm sorry to hear
hurt?
that, man.
Yeah.
Like after you work all day?
By the end of the day, it's pretty sore right now.
Yeah, that's because you tore it.
Yes, that's right. I did tear it.
Just give me a little insight into how that works.
Hey, it could have been worse.
Doctor?
You don't have to be a doctor.
Oh, okay.
Inside the science house.
Yeah, anything that's
right.
torn is less strong. Oh, yeah. Double those up. If you're placing beer orders over here.
Yep. Double it up.
I like how you do that all quietly.
I'm still learning my way around here. So how many episodes do I need to come on in a row?
Before you quit?
Become a regular and then stop showing up. Because I need to know the number so that I know when to stop. Because I invited myself tonight.
Worth?
You guys didn't even invite me. I just showed up.
Yeah.
You're like every guy.
If you do 2 months, you'll quit. I can tell you this, and this is we're going to tear down the fourth wall just a hair here. There have been comments or conversations behind closed doors about how difficult it is to run a 2-man podcast. And and even if you listen to this one, you'll see like I bet we're having more fun. As someone shows up, because there's something about 2 dudes talking to each other that just feels like the time of night where you're like, should I go to bed? You know, like when you're drinking beers with your friends.
I think too, it's 2 dudes talking to each other after 9 years of talking to each other.
You guys have been doing this for a while. I told Troy this once. I always equated you all to a football broadcast. And it was basically
with no football.
With no football. But #1 sports podcast here. So, but I always equated it so that, Troy was like the ex-player that was the
color guy. Yeah.
Brendan was the main announcer, everything. And then you had Stu that was the annoying sideline reporter.
Yeah.
That was there.
He's
you needed
Booger.
him there.
He's Booger.
You need him
Booger
there.
McFarland.
Yeah.
And the drag. Like, you need that guy there just for a little bit here and there. So hopefully I can get to Stu's level at some point.
Yeah, so what we're going to notice here is if the team is scoring more points, it's probably going to win the game. All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Stu.
Yeah. So just put me in my place if I'm talking too much, and I'll remember to back it off a little bit.
No. We need it. We need all the help we can get.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's going on, is it 8 years?
We're coming up on the start of 9 or maybe start of 10. I really can't remember.
I'd love to get to 10 before we call it. But like when it's literally just Troy and I, like time and time again, it gets difficult.
And with our work and life schedule.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not difficult.
Like I've been out of town for 2 days, 2.5 days, and I literally got home at 8 o'clock tonight, changed clothes, dropped my bags off, hugged my kids, kissed them, and left. Like, so I could get here and do this. Like,
yeah, that's tough.
That's dedication.
Well, yeah, for 2 of us.
Yeah.
But there's like there's something to be said for multiple people on the podcast.
And to everyone, look, we bust every third and fourth mic that's ever been here. But it's probably partly our fault because they know we're going to be here. It's just like, I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I don't have to worry about it. Like, if I'm not there, they're going to be doing it.
Well, so I've listened for years, and just knowing that every week I can listen to the podcast, I know that you all are going to put it out, even if there's not a third mic. You're going to have something to listen to each week.
And it's shocking how many people do that. Like, give a shit, who are like, man, where the hell is the podcast?
Well, how many people reached out to you once the podcast was messed up last week and didn't fully download?
A lot.
Dude,
more than you would think. Yeah.
Right. So that shows you guys how...
And that's reaching out to him, reaching out to me, had a couple Facebook reach outs. Like, it's like...
Yeah.
It matters.
No, it happens.
And that's why we do it.
Yeah, but at the same time...
Fuck those guys?
No.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I spoke too soon.
No.
Wrong direction there,
Didn't want to use the F word. Screw those guys.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, no, it gets difficult with 2. So having you show up is a breath of fresh air. We're glad to have you.
Appreciate it.
Well, like having anybody show up is awesome. Having anyone send us topics, great. Anyone review, great. Like, these are all like shots in the arm for us. Like, otherwise it's Brent and I standing in the pallet house alone talking, which we do on a regular basis, even outside of the mic. So it's kind of like,
yeah, it's like we could turn them on or we couldn't. But
yeah,
I like the option of get together when we both have time.
Yes.
Versus
forcing
time every single week. It's harder.
And then because of that, we've been doing more, 2 shows, or a show on a Saturday and a show on a Monday, or show on a Monday and a show on a Thursday. It's like, what are we going to talk about? We talked it out 2 days ago. Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
It's just the logistics are, somehow we're getting older and we are getting busier. Like,
unfortunately,
crazy.
I've had a handful of things go on in my life that like I can't even talk about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which, when those things monopolize your time,
yeah,
then it's more difficult to like have good stories, because you're like, oh no, I spent 95% of my week mired in bullshit that I'm not going to talk about. So there's less cool shit. But I'm going away on a weekend that's going to bring a bunch of cool shit. Absolutely. I'm not even going to talk about it because we've already done a whole episode.
Yep,
that's right.
We'll hear it when you get back.
Yes, I'll tell you this. I'll give you a hint. It's an oyster festival, but it's not the big one.
That one already happened.
Yep,
that's right. It's not the big one. It's the later one.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
No, you ever had a Bulls ball?
No.
That sounds awful.
I've had way too many Bulls.
Yeah, you have.
No.
Checks out.
I get that we're making jokes, but no, like I genuinely...
While watching Shawshank.
No, you can't double up. I'm afraid that might
wait
be
till the
weird.
movie's over.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that might be weird. No, in Arizona, there's so many places that sell Rocky Mountain oysters.
Nice.
Just Bulls balls. And so, like, as a kid, there were far too many opportunities for Bulls balls. And every time you go with some family to a place that has them, who's never had them,
yeah,
they're like, oh my gosh, we should order them. And then it's like, okay, well, here we go again. I can tell you this.
All right, let me put these balls in my mouth again.
Yeah, it's tough. I can tell you this. Not good.
What?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah, shocking.
When you bite through the outside, it's not the initial bite that's a problem. It's the gush.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not good.
Oh, you mean there's gushy inside? Who would have thought?
But you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's inside balls?
Yeah.
Well, no, it turns out. It turns out what you think is in balls
is in balls.
Precisely what's in balls.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's shocking.
You're not a doctor.
Well, I've had enough balls to be a vet. I can tell you
I
it's bad.
thought it was, you don't have to be a doctor to know.
That's right.
We ordered balls once, and my sister went to the bathroom, and her sandwich was just sitting there at the table. And, like, everyone was able to choke down, like, one, and we were like, all right, those are gross. And I just, like, slapped some balls up inside of her sandwich.
Nice.
And she was like eating it. And she's like, I don't know. There's something wrong with it. And I was like,
the mayonnaise is spoiled in my sandwich.
Like you've eaten a handful of balls. Which is a funny joke to play on people.
Yeah.
When it's not you eating them.
Or if you're not the bull.
Putting balls in an unwilling person's mouth. Oh, such enjoyment.
That sounds so much worse when you say it.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Sounds like a Deliverance Shawshank
suitable for tonight.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a theme there that I refuse to put in the title.
Yep.
Yeah.
Flat out refuse.
Good call.
Because gross.
Yes.
Like, I'm not happy about how this episode's actually gone. It's like every time I'm trying to turn it right, you guys say something and I just jerk it left.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Jerk it left. There's your title.
No. That's right. And we'll come up with something else.
Okay. I believe in you.
Fucking Adam's boot is better than that. I'm good. But I got a Bears game to watch.
Yes.
That's right.
I get back to it. I've rewound a full hour. So now I can get rid of commercials. I'm very excited about this. If you guys out there haven't had a chance to head over to m4krichmond.org, please do us a favor. All three of us out here right now. I don't know if we look sexy or god awful.
Have you started growing your mustache?
Wow. That might have been the most offensive thing in the whole episode.
Yeah, but we talked about this pre-show because you're doing the cheat code this weekend.
Well, because in the first week you have the mustache, but if you let it grow in for that weekend, the beard around it, the 1 week mustache can actually be hidden a little bit by scruff. So I have, because I got a long weekend with my wife. I'd like her to want me a little.
That has nothing to do with your mustache.
Neither here nor there.
You're going to need wine and lots of it.
Literally going to a wine ring.
Well, there you go.
That mustache doesn't matter then.
So I think it'll work itself out. I hope.
Yeah.
But I am growing a little scruff in, a little
looks good.
Doing a little camouflage
little plan B there.
There you go.
But unfortunately, the mustache is certainly there.
It is.
There's no denying it. I mean, it was shaved 2 days ago.
Yes.
So we're just kind of giving it a little something. I think by Sunday I'll look normal, but unfortunately I will shave on Monday.
Yeah.
So it'll be right back to it. But that Sunday morning when we wake up hungover, she'll look me in the eyes and go, "Hey, you're all right."
Yeah.
And then I'll shave it off and go, "Wrong, bitch."
Gotcha.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that is the cheat code. You grow in a little scruff. And I see, Troy, you are refusing to grow in scruff.
Shaving every day.
Yeah, me too. Shaving every day.
I see that. Both
so
of
it
you.
pops.
Yeah. But mine doesn't have any
Mass.
pop.
Yeah, yours is gray again.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I've got a lot more gray in mine than I thought there would be, to be honest.
It's frustrating to see, isn't it?
My mustache is holding on to the dark, but you see my beard. My beard's a lot gray. It's mostly gray at this point. So
yeah,
it's
but the mustache is not.
Mustache hasn't
Looks
given
good.
the ghost up yet.
You definitely have the best mustache here tonight. That is for sure.
I'm not going to argue with that.
That theme's going to continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for those that want to donate, definitely check out the Inside the Pallet House guys. Try to find somebody maybe that hasn't hit 1,000 yet.
Yes.
Just to help out those guys to try to get them up to 1,000.
Oh, I can give you a little pro tip. I haven't hit 1,000.
I still think you're a little further ahead than some of the other guys.
Find some of the guys that have
get it.
0.00.
That's right. Let's help them
Do
out.
we have guys on the team with zeros?
There's a couple.
Yeah.
That are actively growing and participating?
Yes.
Oh, that's weak.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
No, I'm not a fan.
Okay.
But we're going to help them out.
Yeah,
those guys we should
them.
help out.
We'll get them there.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you haven't had a chance to head over to
drag 'em across the finish
m4krichmond.org,
line. We're a
please
team.
do so. Look up the Inside the Pallet House team. Find somebody, donate to
I think we're in
them.
the top 5 right now. I think we're up near 10 grand as a team, so
That's
we're
right.
doing all right.
Went over 10 grand
Take it.
today.
Yeah.
But just know that your money is going to, 20 children's
22,
charities
I think.
here in the Richmond area. And any donation you make 100% of that donation goes to it. If you donate $20, then $20 goes to those charities. We don't take any money off at the top.
Sponsors cover the T-shirts and the website and all that stuff.
Yeah, and another pro tip, too, is check out with your companies. And there's a lot of companies out there that will match your donations to charitable like what you do to your organization. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Troy. And they'll match. I know my company matches dollar for dollar. So any of my people that are donating or my work employees, they're going to match it dollar for dollar. So
that's
just
awesome.
Look into it and see. There's lots of companies that do
because it's a 501(c), whatever
Correct.
that is.
That's the key. Yep.
So that like you can write that off, and they can write that off. Win-win.
What's better than cheating the tax man?
That's
and
right.
helping people who actually need it. Because I don't know if you know this about the government, but a lot of red tape. A lot of bloat. So they'll take that money. You give $1 to the government and say, this should go to the schools. And a penny or two will find its way to the schools before it has to go through a lot of different filters.
If you want to learn more, go to the website, go to m4krichmond.org, and you can see all the organizations we donate to. And a lot of the organizations, they have teams. They grow their own people participate. So
a lot of the organizations we work with are participants, which I absolutely respect.
It's not too late to join the team either.
No, we had a guy join.
Adam.
Remember a couple years ago, we had a guy join. He didn't join our team, but he literally joined the day of the Stash Bash and raised like a couple grand that day,
which was pretty baller.
I think he got co-rookie of the year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Actually, the biggest grower the last couple of years, or the
kid,
one of the guys,
it's the kid.
He's over 5,000 this year.
Yeah, he was at like 7. He was like 7 years old when he started. And now he's like 9. But he can't even grow a mustache. But he puts on his little fake mustache. And
every year we have more women that join.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't seen a very strong mustache.
No. But they get it done. They get the donations.
That's what I'm saying.
Not the ones with mustaches. They don't join. Weird.
I'd like to. Look, we live in a day and age of hormone replacement therapy.
Yeah.
I think we could get some mustaches on some women.
Hell yeah.
Could you imagine the commitment from a woman if she just took testosterone for a month?
Or even if one that just had just like a strong mustache and instead of like waxing for the month, she was just
embraced it for the month.
I'm leaning into this.
Like, I'm raising money for kids.
I would donate to that.
Heck yeah.
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
I would.
No, like that is strangely beautiful during M4K.
Strangely beautiful.
Awkward 11 months of the year, but for 1 month.
Yep.
The most beautiful woman there is.
That's right.
She can donate that waxing money she's saving to the cause.
Which I'm sure is a lot. I've seen some stuff. But that's neither here nor there.
No.
So yeah, head over to m4krichmond.org. Give us a look. If you were going to donate any money to Inside the Pallet House this month via our Venmo.
At Inside the Pallet House. Don't.
There you go. If you do want to donate money to Inside the Pallet House, our Venmo is m4krichmond.org.
There you go.
That's the move.
/ Inside the Pallet House.
And if you have money left over and you need some sunglasses, head over to nectarsunglasses.com. Drop Abacus in the coupon code. You'll get 20% off of a pair of sunglasses. Not a bad deal. And if you need to refinance your house to get money to donate to M4K, this is a simple process. You go to Screen Door Mortgage, and our buddy Jimmy will absolutely take care of you and make it seamless. I wonder if he could get you the money within the month. Be a tough go, but
that would be tough.
Yeah.
But he's the best.
But he will let you know that money's coming.
That's right. So you can donate it now, and you recoup it later.
That's right.
Boom. And then it's tax deductible.
Boy math.
I might name the episode Boy Math just because that was
have to wait the whole episode.
Just so everybody hangs out.
Yeah, exactly. At 1 hour and 43, you'll understand what that meant. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance to rate and review, please do so. And if you have anyone that you talk to and they ask, what podcast are you listening to? It's real simple, man. Tell them Inside the Pallet House, or do one better. Give them the old Cincinnati swap. Simply when you grab their phone, open up the podcast app, and subscribe them to the show.
Yep.
They'll thank you for it later. Believe me, it's happened twice. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?